Hey, this is Greg from Allegiant, and you're watching Rock and Metal News.
This is Brandon from Allegiant. You're watching Rock and Metal News.
Hey guys, this is Ron from YouTube's Rock and Metal News with a Rock and Metal News CD review of the new Allegiant. The album is called Proponent for Sentience, and it's out through Metal Blade Records on September the 23rd, 2016. Allegiant have raised the bar another level with their new album Proponent for Sentience. The album is complex, intelligent, and takes you through a musical journey which is with its insightful lyrics and exceptional musicianship and song structures. The lyrics are mainly rooted in science fiction, which also touch on present reality. Vocalist Riley stated, "With this record, we're bringing ideas to the table that corroborate the fact that at this juncture, robotics as a field is moving forward at an alarming rate." Greg Burgess stated, "Musically, the album evolved as we were writing it. Mike and I were definitely a little panicked when it came to following up elements of the Infinite, and I think mostly that was due to how busy our tour schedule was, but that really made us work fast, which ended up working out because we were much more prepared going into the studio." The first track, Proponent for Sentience, The Conception, has a powerful orchestral elements in it, very technical guitar arrangements, and a song structure that will keep any listener intrigued for sure. It just moves all over the place. It's a great track. The second song is called All Hail Science, which is the shortest track on the album, and it's a ripper. It's got some blast beats in it. It's got some frantic guitar, very tasteful guitar work in it. This track moves all over the place and has some great sounds. I love the low growl at the beginning, which appears to be mixed in with like a didgeridoo, and the growl kind of transforms into it, and then they just fire the song up, which is a real cool effect. The song Gray Matter Mechanics, it is extremely well thought out track, taking the listener through thunderous guitar chords, blazing solos, and even acoustic guitar segments in it. This track has it all. Man, what amazing musicians they all are. The drumming in it by Brandon was great. This is like a guitar clinic for musicians out there. So if you guys haven't heard Allegiant, you got to check this album out. It's just amazing musicianship on it. Greg stated about this track on Form Shifter, we had a lot of pedal point moments that we haven't done since. Between Form Shifter and Elements of the Infinite, we had a lot of sweep picking themes, so we cut that out on Proponent for Sentience. As for solos, you have your bag of tricks that you constantly try to add, so you have new ideas to play with. Melody and solos is what speaks to me. If you can sing a huge portion of your solo, you've done a good job. And in this track and in this album, they accomplished that definitely. Riley McShane on vocals does a stellar job, and this is his first release with Allegiant, coming into the fold after vocalist Ezra Haynes stepped down in 2015. Greg stated about McShane, in 2014, around the same time we put out Elements of the Infinite, the band's son of Aurelius, put out their album Under a Western Sun, and I was blown away. They had transcended straight tech death and added more of a progressive element. That was everything I ever wanted to accomplish with Allegiant. Riley at this point became my favorite modern metal vocalist, so when we've got the favorite guy wanting the gig, it's an easy choice. To say he brings a formidable range with him is something of an understatement, and his breadth of styles, diversity, and the power which he imbues everything that leaves his larynx is one of the most electrifying elements of Proponent for Sentience. This album just has some great vocals on it. They also reunited with Dave Otero, who has handled production on every Allegiant full-length except Form Shifter. So tracking the record was a rewarding process for the band. Dave always pushes us to do better, stated Greg. Our relationship has morphed over the years, going from a stance that was almost combative as we began restraint to his input, to the point where we're now at, we are straight up asking him for his input. So they also do a cover in this album of 1982 Rush song Subdivisions, and they did a great job on that. It's got such a heavy feeling in it, but they still really kept the sound of Rush. So you can tell it's Rush, but they just have a really heavy sound to it. And they said, at this point, our main goal is to make it overseas and to start thinking globally and to be able to tour with the bands like Lamb of God, Soilwork, Scar Symmetry, Slayer, Carcass, or Machine Head. That would be dream come true, said Greg. But we have also already started writing the next record, and we're very happy with the progress so far. And yes, we have a very epic big idea that's pretty ambitious, but it'll all comes down to money and if we're allowed to do it. So I'll tell you guys, this album, there's so much great music on this. It's just well thought out. These guys really spend a lot of time with their songs and making their tracks just really thought out, and just amazing playing to top it off. So you got to check this album out. It's just an amazing. Allegiant does it again. I love their last album, and it was just they actually are just topping it as well. But just a really great. Great CD, and it's just out there for everyone to check out, because if you haven't heard of Legion, you just got to check them out. These guys are definitely going places. And Greg, what an amazing songwriter you are, man. This is Ron from YouTube's Rock and Metal News. Thanks for tuning in.